Lady Madeline had long baffled the skill of her physicians, a settled apathy, a gradual wasting away of the person, and frequent, although transient, affections of a partially cataleptical character were the unusual diagnosis. She had steadily borne up against the pressure of her malady, but on the closing in of the evening of my arrival at the house, she succumbed to the prostrating power of the destroyer. Roderick relayed this to me at night with inexpressible agitation. I learned that the glimpse I had obtained of her person would thus probably be the last I should obtain, that the lady, at least while living, would be seen by me no more. For several days ensuing, her name was unmentioned by either Usher or myself, and during this period I was busied in earnest endeavors to alleviate the melancholy of my friend. We painted and read together, or I listened, as if in a dream, to the wild improvisations of his speaking guitar, and thus, as a closer and still closer intimacy admitted me more into the recesses of his spirit, the more bitterly did I realize the futility of all attempt at cheering a mind from darkness, a darkness which, as if an inherent positive quality, poured forth upon all objects of the moral and physical universe one unceasing radiation of gloom. I shall ever bear about me a memory of the many solemn hours I thus spent alone with the master of the House of Usher.
Have you any interest in poetry?
That depends on the poem.
I've started reading it, and having it recited to me rather frequently as of late. Since falling ill, and now that most music has become too indulgent for my ears to enjoy, I found poetry to be quite therapeutic. Would you like to hear one?
One that you wrote?
No. Its author is unknown. It is called The Haunted Palace.
I would be delighted.
It goes like this. In the greenest of our valleys, by good angels tenanted, once a fair and stately palace, radiant palace, reared its head. Banners yellow, glorious, golden, on its roof did float and flow. All this was in the olden time, long ago. Wanderers in that happy valley, through two luminous windows, saw spirits moving musically to a lute's well-tuned law. Round about a throne were sitting Porphyrogene. In state, his glory well befitting, the ruler of the realm was seen. But evil things, in robes of sorrow, assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never morrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home, the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. And travelers now within that valley, through the red-litten windows, see vast forms that move fantastically to a discordant melody, while like a rapid ghastly river through the pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more.
Well spoken, Roderick.
For me, it brings to mind the sentience of all things. That is the ability to distinguish between thought and feeling, reason and spirit. The result is discoverable in that silent, yet importunate and terrible influence, which for centuries have molded the destinies of my family, and which made me what you now see, what I am.
Such opinions need no comment, and I will make none. What else have you been reading?
Many, many things. By the French, the Italian, the Swedish, the majority written in Latin. One favorite volume is a small octavo edition of the Directorium Inquisitorum, a book of sorcery and witchcraft written by the Dominic Aymeric de Guillaume. There are passages in the works of Pomponius Mela about the old African monsters, satyrs, and ogapens, over which I will sit dreaming for hours. My chief delight, however, is found in the perusal of this. It is an exceedingly rare and curious book in quarto Gothic, the Vigile Moturum Secundum Coram, Ecclesiae Manguntine, Vigils for the Dead. It is the manual of a forgotten church.